to actually become homeless the most efficient way. Let me explain to you the best and the most efficient ways to actually end up on the street if this is what you desire. I see many people achieving that goal lately. It's becoming a little bit of a trend, and the best way for that is to just bet on something, like the bet. The bets are good, and by good I mean they make you go homeless very fast. Betting in casino is actually not that bad, unless you like borrow money for it, and then I borrow money and double it and give it to the next person. That can get you into trouble, but you can end up on zero the worst way, and many people do it, and it's some kind of complex. I don't know what. You can tell me in the comments. You are much smarter than your average unk. People think they are much smarter than they really are, but you are, because you are watching this video. People often bet on some like leverage short stocks and lose not only everything, but more than everything. You can bet on leverage and lose like 1,000 times more that you bet it on, which is crazy that it's even allowed. I think that's a form of gambling. That's a worse form of gambling, and you should never do it. Never do it. Never. Even if you can see the future, never doing. Stop, guys. Stop. You are better to like just throw that money out of the window. Just flush it into the toilet. Just buy my top subscription membership on this channel when I don't have time to post videos there. It's better to just do nothing with it. Give it to another homeless person so he can bet it. If you want to invest, I'm investing a little bit. It's not very good with the Czech salary, and YouTube. I'm not some rich YouTuber, but I invest. I prepare for retirement, which is going for me in like 120 years. So I don't know why I'm doing it. Habit. I'm an optimistic guy, optimistic uncle, and you should invest a little bit too. If you don't want to end up on the street. If you do, so the best way to become homeless is stocks. What's the second? That would be probably the gambling, but with some like spin gambling. But I borrow money from a mafia boss, or gambling, but I just always bet on zero in roulette, or like I play blackjack but I cannot count, or stuff like that. There are plenty of ways to lose in casino. You never win, any bets, you never win. In the long run, you can only earn money on good investments in stock market or by work. That's the only way. There are some people that are lucky, which draws by. I think that it shouldn't be. Again, I don't think betting should be allowed, because it's mostly for people that cannot afford to bet, that are prone to have bad mental health, to have bad intuition, to have bad habits, to have bad everything. And just exploits that weakness you have. You know, most men have it. It's in us, the testosterone. You know, the brain tells us we have to accept that risk, to explore the world, to tame it to our will. But it doesn't really work like that anymore. But we are people in the year 2026 watching guys whispering into microphone when our brains are like primed for survival between the trees with the tigers and leopards. That's what we are built to do. That's what we evolved to do, would be better term. And one day we will maybe need that again, unless it like vanishes completely, because today people don't really do that. Today guys can't do much things, sadly, especially the city boys. If you are a city boy, you need to learn to struggle, and you can struggle on the street when you lose everything in gambling. The next best way to lose everything is maybe bad business. Businesses are hard, you know. Overextending into something that again you believe in, it's again that risk, the high risk, the low ability to manage risk. That's the biggest driver, or things going downhill, things going into shitter. If you have business for something illegal, that's a very good way. If you have business, there are many cases now that don't pay taxes. That's a big no-no. They are going to get you. They are going to get you if you don't pay taxes. Even they got Al Capone on taxes. They couldn't get him on anything else. He like murdered people in the streets. They couldn't get him on that. They got him on taxes. They always get you on that. So there is a big incentive on that. Don't do anything illegal if you don't want to be on the street. If you want, it's good, like preparation for your next life, next chapter of the life. Don't like do anything that will piss off the government too much. In the most countries, like most of people are probably from like USA, England, Europe. We have pretty good lives, but if you live in like India, Pakistan, some African countries, it's wild there. It's a wild west. There is basically nothing you can do. If you are the top 1%, you cannot even get like work. You cannot get people that will appreciate the inventions you have. It's like in the most places on earth, it's very bad. It's like incredibly bad. Not the people, but the culture. The culture. If you are watching this video, you are probably top 1% of that country. Maybe even more. Maybe 0.05%, because you actually care about learning English, you know. You care about like improving yourself. Not many people do that. Not even in Western countries and Eastern countries or African countries, like the third, fourth world. I don't even have, I think if we have forward, we probably have. And it's sad because the economy works on just everybody needs to coexist somehow and stop this like grievance yapping, you know. Everybody grievance yap. Oh no, it's the Jews, you know. I didn't do the homework because the Jews made me do it. That I really don't like. That I really don't like. So And that's the good way to end up on the street also. So what else? Choose a wrong partner. That's a good way to hell. Marriage, and not even marriage, but partner in like business, friends, people you watch, people you look up to, are very. It's very big decision, you know. It's very. You really have to think about it. It molds your soul, I would say, and it bears a big financial, emotional time risk. If you choose a wrong woman, for example, or a man, it can ruin you. It's investment for ideally the rest of your life, and if you do it badly at the start, you not only lose a lot of time, you maybe have some fun at the start, but in the end it usually gets into this, you know, relationship phase. You lose a lot of money, a lot of future money that you could have made, and then you can lose a lot of money in like settlements and stuff. The most, the women on the most rich people's lists are all women that got money from divorces. For example, Bezos is one, and other ones. So that's not a coincidence, that's a pattern, that's a male pattern. Because the testosterone does it to us. We are, you know, it's just our genes. We are responsible, but yeah. So I think that's all. The Redsaphir Yapper. I'm just trying to test videos in this freaking heat. If you like my videos, if you just like the yapping, I don't always want to do trivia. I don't know. I don't want to yap on the internet. I think that's fun. For me it is fun. For you maybe not. But this channel is basically Redsaphir yapping into the microphone, not giving a shit about anything, and hopes that somebody is sleeping to it or at least laughing. So if you do, leave a like, subscribe, become a member of my cult, and I will see you next time.